Coming up on this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show, we have the Raw Ring Report. The Raw Ring Report, we're going to have everything Monday Night Raw going on where Sheamus and Keith Lee battle it out. Who's going to be next line to challenge Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship coming up in the new year? Also, indeed, Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss continue to play mind games with each other. Have they gone too far with their personal mind games, or is just the start beginning? Ooh. And a huge 8-man tag team match between the Hurt Business, the Hardy Bros, and the New Day. Does it get even better than that? And also, we continue paying tribute to Brodie Lee, who recently passed away at the age of 41. And what AEW's plan is going to be coming this week to dedicate their memory to Brodie Lee and Danny Hodge, who passed away, pro wrestling great. We'll have this. All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kenny Diggs here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. This is the Raw Ring Report for Monday night. It's a late Monday night, but we thank you for watching, joining the conversation, using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Thank you all for watching the Pro Wrestling Show this week. Man, what a Monday Night Raw. It was a quick Monday Night Raw for sure. Um, Knowing that this was the last Monday Night Raw of 2020, Monday Night Raw hit with a bang this week where, I mean, WWE Champion Drew McIntyre comes in the ring and he kicks off the final Raw of 2020. This is a historic Raw for everybody, meaning that this is it. 2020 is almost in the books, and you know how that go. So hey, it is what it is. But it kicked off with a huge number one contenders match for the WWE Championship between Keith Lee versus the former champion Sheamus. Now I know these two men have had their problems. They had their problems since Survivor Series. And since it's been Survivor Series, they've been wanting to kick each other's head off. And what way to do so? By getting a number one contendership match. Well, Keith Lee came out there and talked his talk, and he got interrupted by Sheamus. Sheamus was talking to Drew McIntyre. All of a sudden, the match begun. Keith Lee and Sheamus battled it out. Who was going to be next in line for an opportunity for the WWE Championship? And it came down when Keith Lee hit the spirit bomb on Sheamus and got the 1, 2, 3. And now Keith Lee meets WWE Champion Drew McIntyre on the first Monday Night Raw of 2021. Man, it's going to be a huge, exciting battle between these two men who are friends. And now they put their differences aside and want to go for the richest prize of all of sports entertainment, the WWE Championship. Remember people I said they put the differences aside for one night for the WWE Championship, and they do so on Raw Legends Night next week, where all the legends return. Even Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, you name it, they're all gonna return. And this will be Keith Lee's ability to capture the WWE Championship and prove the naysayers wrong by defeating Drew McIntyre in order to get there. Can he do it? We'll wait and see. Also, Miz was in action against Grand Elite. Miz has been continuing to lose and be on a losing streak ever since he lost his Money in the Bank briefcase. But Miz lost again. He did a offensive maneuver, but it just didn't turn out so well for the Miz. He lost the match, but at the end, during one of the show segments, WWE official Adam Pearce came and to congratulate Miz that Miz is the only person to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase, not John Morrison. So Miz has restored his briefcase opportunity. So now the Miz is going to be biding and waiting his time to be cashing in to become the next WWE champion. If he cashes in and fails again, then so be it. So how that go? Also, former women's tag team champion Shayna Baszler was in action against Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke and Shayna Baszler looking to prove something. Dana Brooke trying to gain that momentum with Mandy Rose in her corner. Dana did hit some offensive maneuvers with clotheslines and stuff, but at the end, Shayna Baszler hooked that lock, that Kakia lock, and choked Dana Brooke out. And Dana Brooke, we'll tell you later on what's going on with Dana Brooke and her tag team partner Nia Jax, where their intentions are for the Royal Rumble. Meaning you may know. Also, Alexa Bliss did her moment of bliss, and it was weird and eerie on the playground, Alexa's playground, we're gonna call it. She was doing the swing set. When all of a sudden, Randy Orton appeared on the screen to remind her what's going on. He went to the playhouse and destroyed the puppets, destroyed everything. Alexa Bliss took it, was a little bit eerie and worried, and she took it serious. And then she told Randy Orton to meet her later on that night. She wanted to challenge him to something, and we don't even know. I didn't even know what was going on at first, but it was going to be intriguing to see what Alexa Bliss had in store for Randy Orton. Also, Elias with his new associate. I forgot that dude name. I wanted to call him who I want to call him, but I can't call him with his new associate. I say that he went against AJ Styles in a phenomenal match. AJ with the big man I call him O out there, and it was great. It was grand, but at the end, AJ hit the phenomenal forearm on Elias and got the 1, 2, 3. But I want to make sure AJ Styles, look for AJ Styles to end the Royal Rumble some way, somehow. Is he slowly turn to a baby face? We had to wait and see. Speaking of nobody who's going to be a babyface anytime soon, the leader of Retribution, Mustafa Ali, was in action. He went against former foe, former friend, new foe, Ricochet. He continues on wanting Ricochet to join Retribution. Ricochet denies him from not don't want to join Retribution whatsoever. Well, Ricochet and Mustafa Ali went against each other one on one. Real good matchup between where Mustafa Ali had his stablemates of Retribution out there. Mustafa Ali doing the offense. Ricochet put on a German suplex on Mustafa Ali until Ricochet was going to hit the 450 splash to Mustafa Ali hit the that little choke and won the match. Mustafa Ali asked Ricochet one more time, "Do you want to join Retribution?" Ricochet answer was, "Heck no." He turned on Ricochet. Ricochet turned on him. Ricochet left out of town, left out of Dodge, leaving Mustafa Ali blindsided, and Retribution want to continue their quest to recruit Ricochet into the fold some way, somehow. And one day, my Ricochet don't play nice anyway. When you think about it, Ricochet don't play nice. Ricochet got a message for them for Retribution coming forward. So look forward to see Ricochet and Retribution continue forward. I think this is the more compelling one. They trying to break him in, but he don't want to be broken in. So we'll see on that. Also, women's tag team champion Charlotte Flair and Asuka was, side by side. Charlotte was in action morely because Charlotte went one on one against Nia Jax. These two heavy hitters, both former Raw Women's champions in their own right. But at the end, Charlotte had the figure four leg lock on Nia Jax until Shayna Baszler came out there and choked her by disqualification. So, I hate that. But we found out interesting note that Nia Jax announced her candidacy into the Women's Royal Rumble. So she's the first participant in the Women's Royal Rumble. Nia Jax never won a Royal Rumble, but she has been experienced. She has experience in a Royal Rumble. Could she get it done this year? We have to wait and see. Also in the huge 8-man tag team match, the Hurt Business, MVP, Cedric Alexander, Lashley, United States champion, and Shelton Benjamin, um, the tag team champions, went against the Hardy Bros, Jeff Hardy, and Matt Riddle. I'm going to call Jeff and the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, all teamed up together. Even you seen this phenomenal move, Poetry in Motion. Even Matt Riddle hitting a kick on Cedric Alexander. And you see MVP saying, "Come on, boy, why you keep on messing with us?" And you see it's Kofi Kingston doing that. Man, we got hero. And then you see Lashley trying to dominate, trying to rip each other's head apart. Lashley won by the full Nelson lock on Jeff Hardy, but Lashley continued his dominance as well. And Lashley also made a declaration as well. He's gonna compete in the Royal Rumble match as well, in the men's Royal Rumble. So Lashley's the second man, the first man from Monday Night Raw to compete in the Royal Rumble match. No, none in the Hurt Business, even MVP or the Raw Tag Team Champions, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin announced they can't see in the Royal Rumble, but Lashley is in the Royal Rumble. So you know how that rolls and stuff. You know how that goes. And then finally, Alexa Bliss issues the challenge to call out Randy Orton to come out and challenge her. I didn't even know what was going on. Randy Orton came out there nonchalant, sinister, and evil, but Alexa Bliss should be the one sinister and evil, as she brought a gift in the ring with a gasoline, and she tried to center around the ring and lay on the gasoline so Randy Orton could do the same thing he did to the Fiend to her. And then she pours gasoline on herself. You see right here, she poured gasoline on herself to make a statement, to make something be so prevalent to her, prolific and so real. Randy Orton didn't want to, he was tempted to do it, but Alexa kept tempting him to do it. He did it. She was drenched in gasoline, and the lights went out. And then Randy Orton at the end with this fire. We didn't even know what he was gonna do. I don't even know if he set her on fire or not. It was just a tease. It was just a cliffhanger. If you think about it, it was a cliffhanger. We'll find out next week, hopefully on Raw Legends night. But I hope the legends know what they're getting themselves into when they come into this house with the new cast of characters. I'm telling you, Randy Orton more sinister and more crazier than ever. Alexa Bliss, she's just right there with him. These folks are crazy. Woo, I tell you. All right, that ends the Raw Ring report. Let's move forward to hot topics. On hot topics, we still grieving the loss of Brodie Lee. I mean Brodie Lee, who passed away at the age of 41. You see right here, Mr. McMahon. He wrote, "From the entire WWE family is deeply saddened to the passing of John Hubert, known to WWE Universe Luke Harper. Our thoughts are with John, his family, and fans." Man, it's so surreal. We found out this past Saturday. We made a live report that Brodie Lee had passed away at the age of 41 from a non-COVID issue dealing with his lungs. But a lot of people are heartwarm about it that he passed away, trying to get the best care he can get. But oh my God, he will be missed. His wife right here, she left a touching tribute right here about his passing. Wow, what can you say about that man? Um, we know how he wanted to be out his contract, and he made his debut in March, and he made a phenomenal debut, coming as the leader of Dark Order, and see right here with his son, it's amazing. See him holding the AEW title. He was a contender for the AEW championship. And then this was AEW had released on their website. So like I said, he will be missed. And AEW announced that this week that they're gonna have a tribute for him this week, be the Brodie Lee Tribute, where you'll see right here Brodie Lee Jr.'s dream match, the celebration of life. So Brodie Lee's gonna have a whole dynamite dedicated to him. All these 6 phenomenal matches dedicated to Brodie Lee, or 5. Chris Jericho on commentary. Love to hear what Jericho's insight on what he thought of Brodie Lee as a fellow um, co-worker, colleague, and be nice. Randy Orton, even sinister he is, he sent a something about Brodie Lee. So man, he will be missed. I tell you that right now. I saw on Twitter how he transcended that Twitter sphere with his people was making comments, and when they say when someone makes comments like that about you, real good heartwarming comments, you had done something to affect that person that people can't even fathom to think or fathom to believe, because we live in a world where it's about people who like me, and we don't try to grasp that we trying to help each other grow. And you got some people that may not get it and may not grasp to it, but down the road they might eventually get to it. So we can't, you know. But I can tell Brodie Lee was a general person. Many other stars from WWE to NWA to TN Impact to AEW all loved this man, and they felt a connection to him, and he will be missed, and you can tell. And I was thinking, like, what do they do with his character and stuff? Just make him a guy. He's the exalted one. And do you go with a new leader, or do you keep him as the leader, but he'll be like the leader, the inspirational leader going forward? Like, he's gone, but he's not forgotten. So I would go with that. Like, you can have someone be the minor leader, but he's gonna be the leader regardless, because they're gonna want to look at him as Jesus or Cope like figure. So he will be missed. And you see this card right here. This is going to be phenomenal. I look forward to seeing this week on Dynamite. So, Bro Lee, rest in peace. Man. Also, Danny Hodge, the Oklahoma wrestling great, passed away also at the age of 88. He was known as the strongest man that can break an apple, and he was on Sports Illustrated, and he was JR's mentor. So Danny Hodge, as they say, he died as well. So these two men will live on. Their legacy will live on, and that's the beauty of it. Life for them will go on, and they will go transcend to another place, another world, but their legacy will not be forgotten. They will not be, forsaken. So, you know, that's it. All right. Thank you all for watching this special edition of the Pro Wrestling Show, the Monday Night Raw Ring Report. And we talked about this, remembering Brodie Lee and Danny Hodge, their life and their legacy and their career. Hopefully by Wednesday, we will have the Brodie Lee AEW NXT Ring Report. So we're gonna have the AEW NXT Ring Reports on the Wednesday Night War. And I think this Wednesday is going to be really special because it's a tribute on AEW to Brodie Lee, and look forward to seeing it. For me being Kendrick Dick saying so long, I'll see you this Wednesday here on the Pro Wrestling Show.